take card. Okay. So, so I'm going to talk about the real production scenarios. So generally, I will give you a realistic answer. I'm going to give you a very realistic answer. Now I'm going to talk about the production scenarios. Okay, what is a data pipeline? And in MLOps, like why we need to use it and how it is we have to use it. The data pipeline. Okay. So why do we need a data pipeline? This is the first thing we come across in MLOps, right? So we need a data pipeline and MLOps for IRCTC ticket prediction, which I talked about. So IRCTC system scales generally works with a real-time high volume data that changes generally constantly. Okay. It is not going to be the same. Okay. So to predict the ticket confirmation reliable, they always need a fresh and accurate data. So generally most of the smart models that keep learning, right? That's why they create first thing in machine learning model in real world, they create data pipelines. Okay, this data pipeline is what in the production real world they use more. That is mainly collects, it will clean, it will transform, and will store, and it will feed to the existing data machine learning models. Okay, so they will generally in IRCTC case, if I take, they'll take past PNR data, they'll take cancellation trends, they'll take route occupancies, they'll take holiday travel session patterns and live quota availability. Example, they take 10,000 passengers book and cancel daily. They can capture what happens in the real machine learning model. So that is why a data pipeline is a very, very important. So it ensures the model is trained, deployed, monitored, and it is improved. Okay. So I will talk about data pipeline. How will they do in real world? This is a question. So anyone has got any input? How will in real time data pipeline is done? Any idea?
Whichever upstream data source we have, we will try to do some kind of transformation or clean the data before processing our
Correct.
model.
Correct. Correct. So in this data pipeline, I'll tell some steps which we do generally in real world. That is called data injection. For that, we use either Kafka or Airflow or some use cases. Then we do feature engineering. We transform that data into useful things, okay, into useful inputs of whatever you want. Then we do model training, okay. That is what you do model training based on the past data, okay. Then we do model registry also using mlflow and SagaMaker. And then we do model serving that we use fast API or Docker or any kind of Kubernetes thing. And then we do a monitoring and retraining also, because sometimes we have to feedback from real bookings and retrain. So this is the general data pipeline. This data pipeline is the very important steps they use in real time. That is scaling and splitting data with the use cases. Okay. So outdated models, they don't adapt to trends. Okay. At no visibility, and that is why poor predictions happens. So if we are giving you an example of real world example of IRCTC, only I'm taking because it's a practical example. If we have booking data, okay, that will be taken by real-time jobs, okay, and if you have any machine learning model, that is generally done here. That's how they serve to the users, and they retain this data use cases, okay. So that is a pipeline. Yeah, so the pipeline I'm talking about is once again I'll repeat, generally they do data injection, and we do data injection, and we do a feature engineering. That is, for data engineering we use Kafka or Airflow, and then we do a feature engineering. We transform data into useful specific inputs according to this your product. And then we do model training, and then we do model registry. So, and then to track the model versions also, then we do model serving, that is to scale the prediction of APIs, and we use model serving by using some set of APIs, and monitoring and retraining. And that API deployments, what I talked about, is using fast API for scaling it. And they do testing, integrated API tests, they do this. Now, I'll give you one more scenario. Okay, now let's say whether MLOps is used in IRCTC means already, if they are using already means Okay, now the question is, are they using already MLOps in their scenarios? If they ask, we already got the answer. Some of you said, Venkatesh, they are not retraining it, or no. Some of you are saying no. Some of you are saying this is it. They have a simple model. To be very honest, they have a simple model. It means currently this model predictions are been not accurate because it's been very simple model and in very use cases. Okay, so what I would say for a basic developers who is because they are outdated models, that is the problem. So that is one thing. Now I will talk about the trends of the real time, where we are talking about. I gave a demonstration of IRCTC here, and now we can take some questions, and then in the real time scenarios we can take some questions.